traders. This is a Bitcoin technical analysis video. Before we begin the analysis, I have a trading mindset message for you. If you are in a hurry, you can, the video is divided by timestamps and you can click on the TA section. The first issue is uncertainty. Most of the traders participating in the market expected a pullback after Bitcoin made it to 48K at the beginning of January. They expected that this is the mid-cycle top, followed by a period of correction that will last until the halving. However, Bitcoin didn't stick to the script. Price action is not exactly the same like in previous cycles, and this messes around with a lot of people's heads. And then what do we do? We are human. What do we do when reality doesn't correspond with our expectations? We come up with explanations. Usually, these explanations are colored by an emotional narrative that expresses a heavy dose of greed or fear. Don't fall for the emotional traps. Trade the chart according to support and resistance levels and stick to your validation and invalidation levels. This brings me to a second issue. Crypto trading has low entry barriers, which results in two problems. The first issue is that many people begin trading before they are ready. The second issue is related to the first, because what do you do when you are unsure of yourself? You adopt the opinions of others. You think no better than you. The sad truth is that most of them are just as clueless. Now, I aim to provide you with an objective and easy to follow the TA. Whatever my opinion is, I will always give you validation and invalidation to help you decide rationally. Logic is less attractive than hope and greed, but it will serve you better in the long run. My second and more important goal is to provide first-class education for free. Educating yourself is the only way you will not be beholden to other people's opinions. Or, in Gann's words, you should learn to trade on knowledge and eliminate fear and hope. When you are no longer influenced by hope or fear and are guided by knowledge, you will have the courage to trade and make profits. The following tutorial will explain Richard Wyckoff's theory of trading the markets. It will give you an in-depth understanding of the concepts we use in trading, such as accumulation and distribution, and you will know better when to get in and when to get out. Please join the Telegram channel and download the tutorials. The Wyckoff theory tutorial will be ready in the next few days. Okay, now let's move over to the technical analysis. Bitcoin is consolidating below 52K, which is an established resistance level. You can see that it was the last barrier in August of 2021 before the all-time high, and it was the deciding resistance level on December of 2021 before the official beginning of the bear market. Now, if Bitcoin will push through above 52K, I think it will push rapidly towards its former all-time high. What is the most likely scenario? In my opinion, the most likely scenario will be a shallow pullback followed by a push to the upside. Overall, my big picture, let's see, my big picture idea is that this is my blueprint for Bitcoin. I think we are in the most bullish impulse to the upside, which will take us most probably to Bitcoin's former all-time high to 60, above 60K. It will be followed by a period of consolidation and another bullish impulse to the upside, which will most likely take Bitcoin above 100K. Now, I am expecting a consolidation period. I think we will get a consolidation period. However, it will be a sell the news event because I think it will begin shortly at the beginning, the first half of March, as we get closer towards the halving. And according to this blueprint, we are just going to receive a shallow pullback now and another push to the upside. Overall, I'm expecting a Bitcoin to cross above the 100K mark in 2024 and the beginning of 2025. I think that we still have at least a year of a bull market. Okay, now let's go over to the micro scenarios because I said that I am expecting a shallow retracement. Do we have to get a shallow retracement? No, because as you can see, Bitcoin is consolidating below the 52,800, and this consolidation period below resistance could serve as a correction. It does, as you can just look at the RSI, it is lowering the RSI, very similar to what Caspa made, by the way, and it could be followed by a push to the upside, which could possibly take Bitcoin to at least 55K, 50, 56K. However, if Bitcoin does a pullback, and I said a shallow pullback, my initial target is 49,500. My second support level is this supply zone. Look at the supply zone. Look how Bitcoin dipped into this supply zone, and from this supply zone, it pushed up. So it's a valid supply zone. It's very nice actually. And the proximal line is at 48,350. The distal line is at 47,7. Also, take a look at this. Just excuse me. Take a look at this trend line. I don't know if this trend line is valid. It's not valid yet because we have one touch point and the second touch point, but it could very well be, let me show you, it could very well be a push towards this trend line, and from this trend line we could start going up again. To tell you the truth, I don't know which scenario is most likely. I really don't. Because, yes, I am expecting a correction. However, just by looking at the price action, it doesn't look like it wants to break down. What can we do? If you are sidelined at the moment and you want to enter a trade, your best bet would be to wait for this pullback, expecting that it will happen or hoping that it will happen. And in that case, your first level would be, let's say, 50K or slightly above 50K, but you are taking a risk if you are uh, trading the 50K level long. Second is this 0.236 fib retracement at 49,500. And the third is this demand zone that I presented. However, if Bitcoin doesn't give us a pullback, then you could possibly take a breakout trade. You know by now that I don't like breakout trades because the risk to reward ratio they provide is not the best. But you could possibly enter at the breakout at 52,800, and your stop loss has to be below this consolidation range at around 51,700 or so, and your first take profit should be at around 55 or 56. If it makes it to 56, then your risk to reward ratio is reasonable, 2 to 1 to 0.267. It's a risk. If you are long and you want to add to your position, the same thing applies. You should wait for the pullback. If Bitcoin doesn't give you a pullback and you still want to add to your position, you treat it the same, just like a breakout trade, and the same principles apply. That's all I have for you on Bitcoin. I hope it helps, and I will see you in the next video.